is that unsolicited traffic hits the NAT router and has nowhere to go. So essentially, that means that Verizon will have a router outside of everybody else's router, and it'll be sending 10.IPs to the residential customers, and their routers will then be turning those into 192.168 IPs. So we'll have 2 layers of non-routable IPs before you get out to a publicly routable IP. So this is foreseeable. This is a major ISP looking at their available pool of IPv4 space and saying, okay, we need to reclaim a bunch. Then this is a reclamation, because right now they've got enough that all of their customers have had a public IP at their location. So Verizon is going to reclaim massive swaths of public IP space, except for people who say, no, really, I know enough to know I need one. I'm a gamer. I need a VPN into my home network. I have surveillance cameras all over. I need to be able to get to them when I'm traveling to see what's going on and so forth. So I think Verizon's acting in a reasonable and a foreseeable fashion. I think it's very nice that they're allowing on a granularity of the customer level, their individual customers to say, no, please, I know enough to know I need this. And for people who don't, it's like, you get a little more security, because nothing unsolicited will ever hit your router again. All that noise that IBR, it's a term I haven't used for a long time. That's the term I coined, internet background radiation. The worms that never die, still out there. Code Red and Nimda are scanning around looking for open
And they never
ports.
will unless ISPs block those ports everywhere, right? Wouldn't they die after some sort of critical mass of blockage?
But the problem is there's
Then
random
those Windows
things.
95 machines that are sitting in a closet just continue to try to spread it.
Precisely. Yep. And Windows 95 never crashes, so it just keeps going. I'm sure you heard about this. A subcontractor that Walmart uses, Voodoo, had a physical break-in to their facility, which stole the computers containing hard drives with all of the account information of their customers. Now,
There's a physical break-in.
yes, exactly. This is not this, and this is what makes this different than what we normally talk about. This was not, the persistent threat coming from, overseas anywhere. This is somebody, stole their equipment, their servers, or whatever it is they were using to maintain their account information. Now, it's a little distressing that it took 16 days for Voodoo to get their act together and send email. Of course, they just lost all of their databases, so they may not have known their customers' email addresses.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe that's what took so long.
They had to go back to their backups or something in order to find their.
I got the email. What they said is that it was only the last 4 digits of the credit card. Thank goodness.
Yeah. So what they said was, he said, we want you to know that there was a break-in at the Voodoo offices. That's VUDU, by the way, offices, on March 24th, 2013. And a number of items were stolen, including hard drives. Our investigation thus far indicates that these drives contain customer information, including names, email addresses, postal addresses, phone numbers, account activity, dates of birth, and the last 4 digits of some credit card numbers. It's important to note that the drives did not contain full credit card numbers, as we do not store that information. Additionally, please note that if you have never set a password on your Voodoo site and have only logged in through another site, your password was not on the hard drives. While the stolen hard drives included Voodoo account passwords, those passwords were encrypted. We believe it would be difficult to break the password encryption.
By the way, they said encrypted, but I didn't hear a word salt in there anywhere.
No, and correct. And we don't know, when they say that, we know they probably mean a one-way hash, and we don't know what hash or salted and so forth. So, it's good that they did something. They said, but we cannot rule out the possibility given the circumstances of this theft.
It's so trivial to password protect a hard drive.
Oh, I mean, there's never been a better case study for TrueCrypt and whole drive encryption.
Yeah.
All they had to do was to do that. And they would say, well, okay, zero impact.